second. I'll start. Shit, that's my phone. Fuck off. There's okay, okay, so I'm just gonna play Fall Guys in the background while I tell this story. This is gonna be really cringy, but you know, I want to tell it and I want to keep it somewhere audioed so I know I said it, and people, if people wonder, they're gonna ask and stuff. See this. So I'm gonna tell my life story. In very much detail. This will be a couple hours, I think. Let's see, someone joined the party and I need to stop to play with them. However, let's start off. From what I know. Okay, well, first of all, I'll start with my parents. My dad was a paramedic, and then became part of the RCMP. My mom is a counselor, and counselors crazy. So we'll start off with my dad was a paramedic, and yeah, he was a paramedic for years. Can't remember, I don't know the exact years, but he was a paramedic for years. And then he saw so much shit, he decided to go to the RCMP so he could stop bad things before they happen. He kept seeing the bad things after they happen. So we switched to the RCMP. At that point, he got PTSD. And paramedics and RCMP. It just got worse. So my mom left, kinda. She went back to her family in former Mary while they were living in Merritt. And then Merritt was his first posting. But yeah, then my dad, no, this was before Merritt, I don't know. Anywho, no, Merritt, and then, so my mom went back to Former Mary, and then my dad decided to follow her back to Former Mary, and they got back together, living in, off the farm. So then yeah, that's the story there. Then my parents got massively in debt, and they needed help from my grandparents. So we're still paying that debt today. It was a lot of money, but they got back on their feet. Then pretty much my mom and I got married, and then my mom and dad couldn't have children. My mom's body was not capable of having children. So what they did is they went to a lab and they got her eggs and my dad's sperm extracted, and made me and 20-something siblings of mine in a petri dish. So yeah, I was put into my mom as an embryo, and then yeah, the rest of my siblings were frozen for years. 9 months later, 8 months later, I was born. I was born a month early. That was huge. But like, I was all stuck in my mom's ribcage. My head was stuck in the ribcage. So we were living in, my dad got transferred to Wells, British Columbia. And then, yeah, was supposed to be born in Wells, but however, my mom and me had a lot of problems giving birth. So we had to get flown into Prince George. My mom almost died. I almost died that day. It was bad. Like I was out without oxygen for a bit. So yeah, I almost died. Got back into. My mom was had blood loss, but she survived. She had to get operated on without any anesthesia because they wanted to save me. So they cut her open without anything. So yeah. But I was born safe. Hospital for a couple of days, and then yeah. At that point, my dad was working the night shift. PTSD was getting worse and worse and worse. I was where do we go from here? I think it's a long story. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. I'm gonna probably say this okay. Yeah. Wells. Yeah, and then we moved back. We go back to Wells. Dad came visited me, took care of me when my mom was in the hospital. My dad was at work. My mom was in the hospital for a long time because she was in a very unstable condition. So yeah. Pretty much. Then that's when my life kind of starts here. my dad was a rookie at the time, so he had a lot of shit to do. He was a dangerous friend, like car chases, things like that. So it was a lot for a family. One day he shut down an illegal bar, and pretty much that meant that people came to our house and shot in my house and my mom and me because they hated what my dad did about shutting down an illegal bar. So yeah, that was rough. So the RCMP took us out of there because it was too dangerous for us, too dangerous for my family. So yeah, we got transferred to Prince Rupert. And then that's when my parents wanted another child in Prince Rupert. So they went back to the lab and got my sister out of the freezer and used her as an embryo and pregnant my mom with her. So yeah, that's how my sister was born. That was 2 years after that. So living in Prince George, I was 2. Prince Rupert. I was 2. And then yeah, my sister was born. Not as bad as the first time with me, like there wasn't as many problems with mom and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, dad's still part of the RCMP. The PTSD got worse and worse and worse and worse. Without a lot of help, because there's not a lot of help for PTSD in the world right now. Which I want to, honestly, I'd love to spend more awareness about it, because it's a horrendous mental condition that fucks the brain, human brain a lot. So yeah. But so yeah, we lived in Prince Rupert, sorry. We lived there for 4 years. Sister was raised, everything like that. PTSD got worse, and was spanked as a child badly. Like, I had a rough childhood, in a way. Living with PTSD is really fucking hard. Probably should be on YouTube for this. People need to watch this. I'll just keep the details in the one. Went to Prince Rupert. Yeah. So then, after that, my mom's body taught herself how to have children, somehow. So, that's when my brother was born. He's an accident. Surprise, I guess we'd say. So yeah, that's when my brother was born, and then we moved to Fort McMurray. We lived there for those 4 years. And then we moved to Calgary. Calgary, lived there for 4 years, and every single time I left my friends. Every time. I was transferred by the RCMP, so I lost my friends every 4 years. I had to make new ones. That sucked. But it's okay. That's who I am. Calgary for 4 years. And then I went to Haida Gwaii for a year. Got bullied to shit. So we left Haida Gwaii after a year when mental health was really bad. Considering I was 11 years old and getting depressed, that's probably not good. So we moved to a town called Hazelton. Hazelton, lived there for 4 years. Some of the best friends of my life. Still hanging with them today. Oh, excuse me. I'm back. To class. So I met Samantha. And then the entire class, I just made friends with Daphne and Sam. All the boys hated me in that class because they wanted to do food with Daphne and Sam, and the whole grade fucking 9 is just interfering with that. So yeah, every guy hated me in that class, but it's okay. I made such good friends with them. I hung out with them every day, walked home with Samantha, me and her became really good friends in a way that grade 11 can be friends with grade 9. So yeah, but that happened, and then foods ended, and I was back to no friends. I was really sad because there were my first friends that I made. really good people, and we decided to leave. But shit happens. I knew what was gonna happen. Knew it last forever. So I didn't talk to them forever. Now if you had to be on Snapchat, so I kind of talked with her for a bit, and then Sam added me on Snapchat a little while later, and then talked to her for a bit, and then Summer, and then not Summer. And then a month later, kind of was all talking to them, back to no friends. And I would talk to them for a bit. They were all drinking and shit like that. It was really funny to see them all hungover at school. And then just more snapping, pretty much. Started hanging out with them more and more and more. And then Cyrus started hating me more because he thought I was his girlfriend, which I never did. But so yeah, I was gonna hate by Cyrus. Told him lies about me. And then yeah. But the good news is I met a girl named Rhiannon. Rhiannon didn't really know all about that shit with Cyrus. She didn't hear it all, so she had no reason to hate me. Like everybody else in the grade. So yeah, we started talking. Me and her worked together at Safeway. And yeah. Pretty much she came over one night. And then me and her hung out, kissed, and then I started dating her the day after. It was quite the experience. We dated for 5 months. And then at that point I ditched all my friends for her. Worst mistake in my life. Yeah, that was rough. 5 months, I really didn't have any friends except Rhiannon. And then when that ended, I needed people. So, during this time, like again, I was with my friends all the time. I was driving, Rhiannon, we all hung out. But yeah, like, not as much as I should have. I ditched everything for Rhiannon. But it sucked. When me and Rhiannon broke up, I became friends with Daphne's sister Shelby. Me and Shelby are now best friends. Everybody thought we were dating, but we're not. Never did. Never did anything. Nothing. And then Sam came more into my life again. And then for about the last 4 months, I've hung out with Sam almost every day. Me and her are best friends. She's probably my best friend. Yeah. But Sam leaves for university here. So it's Daphne. Daphne leaves in about 2 weeks. Sam leaves in about a month and a half here. So that will be rough. Shelby will still be here, but Liza and Finn, I love them, but I haven't hung out with them in so long. So then, pretty much, 2 weeks after my breakup, Rhiannon did some stuff to the guy that I trusted, that she told me not to worry about, but turns out, yeah, I had to worry about him. Anywho, I made fun of him because Rhiannon told me he was a small dick, so I made fun of his small dick. And then, Cyrus is like, I like this guy, I hate Aiden, so he's like, I'm gonna go off and date him again for no fucking reason. So we did that. So a whole bunch of lies about me, so a whole bunch of shit. And then I don't want to get into that. But anyway. However, during all that, I made friends with some of the popular girls. The popular girls are interesting in a way, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, it's most of the story, honestly. I'm gonna hang out with Sam tonight. I hang out with them a lot, but why do you think that? Ooh. Oh, this is unlocked. Wow, okay. Oh well, I don't have much to say about that. Anything else? Of course, if there's any questions people are gonna ask me. No way, I tried. Whatever. I tried my best.
unless I drop 100 kills on Rebirth Island, but it gets worse. Anytime you start falling, this sound effect is playing. Which makes me right, guys. Timing is everything. Guys, timing is everything. Linval Joseph.
What? What do you have?
My lightsaber, I've lost it for so long, but I have it now. Star Wars is my
Star Wars
favorite thing
sucks.
ever. Change that crap.
Oh, wow.